My name is Shaella Freeman, and I am currently located in Huntsville, Alabama. I am an elementary school teacher, and I saw a huge need for myself to really understand behavior. A couple of years ago, I got my master's in emotional and behavioral disorders. I became a behavior change specialist. And even as an elementary school teacher, I really do love working with behavior. Just being able to actually teach the academic, but also have those tools to work with students, that's really what my passion has been for the past couple of years. Becoming a parent coach was the best decision of my life. As I was learning emotional and behavioral disorders, there was still some disconnection within myself. I felt like I was changing up strategies every day. I may implement a certain strategy and that caused disconnection or confusion with my students. So becoming a parent coach and being able to learn the tools for myself and also use that as this amazing opportunity and space for my students, that has been one of the best, I almost want to say best decisions I was able to make as an educator. One of the biggest shifts that I've been able to make is I've always known that I was a singer. And so instead of yelling, I'm now making the shift of just singing my expectations or singing the reminders that I have for them. And a lot of times, because I sound so good, they think sometimes they say Beyonce because I sound so good. That really makes them stop, and they're listening to my words, and then whatever I'm singing about, that kind of creates that transition into what we need to do next. But another shift is just knowing about how I respond to certain situations. I never realized that certain behaviors did trigger me. And when I was able to name those triggers and name those feelings, that created one of the biggest shifts in my education experience. And the best part is, as I named this experience for myself, I was able to model it to my students too. And I value communication. So having my students use their words to the best of their ability to communicate their needs to me, that has to be one of the most amazing experiences ever. Right now, I just do substitute teaching. I go in maybe 2 or 3 days a week, and I get to practice some theories and some tools that I have about what I learned through JAI and practice on my students. Those kids are so surprised, and I don't think they hear many adults just singing instead of yelling at them 24/7. So that makes me feel good that I can make that difference for them. I work with educators who are frustrated with discipline, but they do love teaching. And we just go through a 12-week coaching program that helps us better understand ourselves so that we can show up for our students. And also, we're just working on how to get students to listen the first time, not having to rely on consequences and punishments and just even threats related to taking away recess or certain privileges. I just love that I'm able to support educators in this way. And I just can't wait to get more testimonies of how this is transforming the education system. Some of the biggest challenges that teachers face that parent coaching can resolve for them is, oh, this is a big one. Knowing how to talk to their administrators. I know that as an educator, we do have there's a bunch of challenges that we deal with. So whether it's the student behavior, sometimes we do not get the support from our admin team, and just those many stressors causes our job to be a lot more stressful. So as a parenting coach, I learned how to talk to my administrators in a way that made me feel safe, especially because I've always had this. I've had some conditioned beliefs about my voice and how I stand up for myself. Yes, I can go into the classroom. Well, really before parent coaching, I was going into the classroom trying to be this authoritative figure to my students, but then I was shy down when it came to what I was getting from admin or district leaders. And so as being a part of this parent coaching program, I learned how to talk to my administrators in a way that isn't really coming down on them or being, I almost want to say being defiant, but just really using my voice to collaborate with them, especially because we're a team for our students. I would definitely say speaking to admin, but also just knowing how to stay. I had tools to calm myself down. Just being able to exceed those expectations that teachers don't have feelings, that has been one of the best things ever. I found out about parent coaching through my own ideas about starting a business. And so when I was getting my master's, I realized there were a lot of strategies that I wasn't taught during my undergrad. And I wanted to teach those strategies to educators as well. And as I was trying to identify my business model and even come up with different things I wanted to teach, I realized there was a missing link. Honestly, I was wondering how I can teach teachers about classroom management when I was still struggling myself. And so I was still trying to kind of find that missing link. And so I did get on Instagram and I found Destiny Ann, and I would listen to her videos every single morning. And they were videos about emotions and feelings and empathy and being able to really look at the inner world of our students and ourselves, well, the inner world of our kids and ourselves, and actually be that support or that anchor for them. And that just really shifted some things. I know I didn't know everything at the moment, but I did go into the classroom feeling a lot lighter, a lot more confident. And I just knew as soon as I found out where she got this information, this transformation from, I went to look for it myself and literally signed up the next day. I know we had to do a discovery call, but I didn't need the discovery call. If you literally would have told me, don't go to school tomorrow and come to class the next day, I would have been there because I just felt that this was going to be the exact transformation that I needed. So, the first advice that I want to give any educator considering becoming a parent coach is as educators in 90% of our districts, we will never be able to reach six figures. So being able to actually join a venture that will exceed any of our financial goals, that is one of the best things that I've discovered through Jai, but also just the transformation. As an educator, I had headaches. I was sick 95% of the time, but now that I'm able to name and really explain what's going on inside of me and also support my educators, I have not had a headache or brain fog since. And just the experience altogether is something that I highly recommend before taking any classroom management class, before going to get a degree in behavior or emotional behavioral disorders, applied behavioral analysis. So the things that I learned in Jai has transformed my life. I still implement some things that I learned throughout just throughout my experience, but the biggest shift has been the resources, the tools, but also the community and coaching that I received through Jai.